We fancy a brand new character during the weekend at the yurt, and I know you super fans are super ready to talk about it. I hear you, and I accept you. Let's talk about you.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN. I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, the buzz.
Hey!
Hey!
I was going to kick off the song. Hello! We are at the You After Party and After Show. We are talking Season 2, Episode 5. Have a good Wellkend, Joe.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah. But before we get started, obviously, we have a lot to talk about. We're talking about Dottie and Ray, the infamous parents of love, which is an interesting topic in itself. We are going to talk about infamous Amy Adams, and then how Joe maneuvers all of that. We have this real stalker stories later, and all that good stuff. And of course, we have the live chat open and ready to talk about the show with our extended panel. So let's get into it. I want to introduce my lovely co-host, Cody.
Hello, hello.
Hey. I feel like we get a little action from this episode.
We
see poor Joe see Amy for the first time. So, what'd you think overall before we dive into the topics?
The episode, it was nutty. But it was interesting. I definitely was on my toes the whole time, and again, with my anxiety with the show, that anxiety that keeps me going. I'm just like, don't do it, you're gonna get caught. But no, it was a good one for sure.
Okay, good. I didn't watch it with you this time, so I didn't get a chance to ante up that anxiety. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really interesting and really entertaining watching how Joe and Amy interacted. So let's just start there. Let's start with this whole Candice as Amy. Candy, that's kind of cute.
I'm giving her a little nickname.
A little nickname.
We like her.
I'm a little confused. So she meets 40, blah, blah, blah. We learn all of that. But this is the moment when Joe sees Amy for the first time at this whole Wellkend thing for Love's parents. His face.
Right.
Hilarious. It was like he was like a mix of scared versus constipated versus WTF.
I know
it was hilarious.
All his organs just fell out of his back.
Fell out, yeah. How do you think he handled it?
He handled it rather gracefully. It's very interesting because it's his I don't want to say cornerstone. His motivation isn't to get her out of there. It's to keep he's more trying to maintain a balance with love over the imbalance with quote unquote Amy.
Yeah. Did you think to me, I felt like they could have done a little bit better. They they were caught secretly together 3 times in this episode.
Yeah, right. I thought that was a little y'all ain't pissed about that.
Exactly. And I'm so happy that this show was a little bit real because Love was like, all right, what the hell were y'all talking about?
Right, yeah. In so many words, called him
obviously.
out.
Yeah. Did you get any feelings towards Love, how she handled it, how she came about it? What'd you think whenever Love kind of brought it up to Joe's attention? I was like, what's up with you and Amy? What were y'all talking about?
Right. I like that she was smart enough to grasp that she could catch on. But she's always been a smart girl. She knows what's up, and she's very she's as conscious of what's happening around her as Joe is.
Yeah.
And it was good. I'm glad that she was catching on because like you said multiple times they were just
yeah.
And even in, not just in the yurt, but there was at one point they were just out in the open by themselves in all the lawn chairs, not lawn chairs, but
the
on
very end.
The very end, and she's sipping yeah, right, and and there's really the most open area possible. You're just gonna have a little private conversation.
Yeah, touche. I mean, another interesting part of this. I mean, we find out how she finds Joe. Obviously, the video that we anticipated.
Well, what's funny about that is she caught him. That's how she found him, was through the recordings of the party at Henderson's house.
Right.
And when all that was happening, I remember seeing all those people filming it, and I thought, oh crap, that's how they're gonna know that he was in the house. I didn't even think about Candice discovering him via those videos. Like, that wasn't...
Oh, you know what? I didn't either.
I just assumed that's how he's going to get busted for being at Henderson's house.
Killing Henderson or whatever.
But then it just showed him...
yeah.
I just thought that was... Because we had our own theories of how Candice was keeping touch on Joe. But
oh, yeah. I know you thought at one point Ellie and Delilah and then so on. And okay, well, that's interesting. Well, we get to see Joe and Candice, like, what really happened.
Oh, yeah, them flashbacks.
Yeah, the flashbacks. So, honest mistake? Or is it teetering the lines? Like...
we, on this panel, we do like Joe.
I know, right? I really try not to. I really know, like, right? If the police are watching, I promise, like, I'm not rooting, but I mean, I'm kind of rooting.
We are rooting. It's so weird the way they have us, like, pinned against Candice, who actually is the victim, right, and rooting for Joe, who actually is our villain. Ooh. But it's so bizarre that the writing of it has it going the opposite way. And in the flashbacks, like I said, we like Joe here. But we
hear and accept.
We hear
Joe.
And accept Joe.
We give him a moment to get to know him.
But I don't think he actually meant to bash her head into a log.
I mean,
like,
I don't think so
out
either.
loud, that sounds a little silly, but I don't think he meant to actually knock her unconscious. Because even then, maybe he didn't mean to knock her out, but he didn't mean to kill her. Yeah, but then he thought he did. And that was a shallow grave, too.
Very much so. The fact that she could still breathe, but then again, it's TV. So, I mean, I get it.
Right, she had to get out of there.
Yeah. I think her advice of, like, staying dead was really interesting.
Oh, yeah, from the police officer. That was an interesting scene to hear, like, oh, well, there's no proof. It's like, what? She just came out of the dirt.
Came out of the dirt.
There's no tire tracks because it's recently dug up ground. It's like, oh, okay, great.
Now we know how to get rid of a body, but we do learn a lot on these after shows. By the way, I mean we talk about a lot. We have a lot of topics, and so I think, Cody, do you have a little special something for us? A nice little thank you from our super fans.
Absolutely, I'm so thankful for our fans, for our viewers, for our listeners. Thank you guys so much for making us the ESPN of After Talk Television. We couldn't be more thankful to have you. Without you guys, it would just be us sitting in a room talking about a show. And for those of you watching us live right now, amen to you. For those of you watching YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Give us some love. If you're listening to us on iTunes, thank you so much. That means the world. Give us some love there too. Some likes, some love. We appreciate you as much as I just said the word love 100 gazillion times.
Yeah.
We care about you. Thanks, guys.
Well, we do got to talk a lot about love.
I know.
And she's kind of like next topic. Well, Love's parents is next topic, I would say.
They are kooky.
Good old Dottie and Ray. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So I'm like, okay, the entire family has some issues, but they got some money to cover their issues. Mm-hmm. But I thought kind of quickly with them, real dynamic on Dottie with this whole kind of cornering Joe.
Yeah, that was so bizarre. And it was because Love did prep us for that. She's like, oh, my mom has a lot to handle. Just give into it and let it happen. But she still was. First of all, she's like, oh, I'm making you smoke a joint regardless whether or not you smoke or even like getting high.
Yeah.
And then I love that, but I do love that she was like, he's like, I just want to inhale. So now inhale. And he's like, all right.
It.
But it was really hectic. And not hectic, but just really outlandish. Hi, I'm your girlfriend's mother. Let me talk about my vagina and how it's the Sahara Desert.
All day. And I love that she was like, oh, what a chin. I insist you be here now. I'm going to start using that as super.
I insist you be here
strong. What's really interesting is that Dottie didn't really take kindly to Amy, but she kind of attracted herself to Joe. So do you think that it's because Joe is semi trying to be a better person, or that he's just really good at hiding who he really is?
I think he's really good at hiding, and I think he read the situation. I mean, he read the situation perfectly. He was like, oh, she is testing me. And he said one thing, and then she was like, all right, you're great.
How easy.
Right?
Dang, Dottie. Dottie. Love, obviously, like, for me, I mean, I know we'll get into predictions, but I'm so interested. I know we have a couple of people watching, so I'm kind of interested in what you guys think of Love.
Yes, please.
Drop a couple comments. Don't be shy. But this episode kind of, for me, and again, confession, I've binged the entire thing, but I'm a professional, dang it. And I take notes and I make sure that I don't cheat on my predictions. So in my notes while I was watching this brand new was all of the signs that their parents are crazy. I'm thinking this is just adding to my bucket of why Love, like she's so much like Joe. I still love Love, but I'm just like, something's off a little bit. And I'm sure it'll be forgiven, but something we don't know. She's a little psycho. And we learned that they say, I love you for the first time. I woof you, whatever. Their sign is.
That was really cute.
Yeah. A little crazy.
So that was what I had in my notes. I was like, so what's the symbol? First of all, the symbolism with this wolf pack thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
And just
the LA totem thing.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Jeez.
But I just thought it was I totally just cut you off, but I just thought the whole wolf thing, I wolf you, it was
a little psycho.
It was just much. Like maybe just too corny for me.
Oh, yeah.
But then there was the literalness that there was a wolf there at the ceremony that tried to rip his hand off.
Yeah, very much so. It's almost like kind of crazy. Like, I can kill you. I look cute, but get a little too close to me and can kind of get a little interesting. They instead give an ASL sign for their safety of I love you. So they use that a lot. And I mean, we find out why 40 is kind of emotional because of the parents kind of staying on the parents. Ray, their dad, doesn't really accept who 40 is.
Oh, no.
It seems 40 kind of uses his, drug addiction as what Ray might feel as a crutch. So they butt heads a lot. Did you expect anything different from the parents other than that much? Or is it justified? Like,
I was very curious about the parents. I mean, I don't think either of them are justified. I mean, their dad Ray is very withholding and just awful, in my opinion. Like, he's just really terrible. But then again, I'm also not in their family, and maybe he's seen 40 just spiral and fall down so many times. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
But he's still just like, there's no love there with his own son, which is gnarly. But then we see that 40 is such a mama's boy with their mother, who actually might be the opposite. Maybe he's not so much a mama's boy as she's just like, that's her baby boy.
Yeah, very overprotective. We see that obviously at the end when she slaps Love, which I was not expecting that. She was like, it's your job to protect him, and it's like, whoa. And you failed. First of all, not my job. He's a grown ass man. Second of all, I instantly thought, oh my God, Joe is gonna kill the mom now. Like,
I know. I'm waiting for Joe to kill everybody. It's so crazy.
Like, but he's doing a good job. Like, I mean, it's like a 1-4. I mean, compared to last season, it's like 4 by now. So he's improving.
Yeah, he's doing better. He's trying to be the good Joe.
He's trying to be the good Joe. Kind of next, what we can talk about is what I thought was really interesting was Love, for whatever reason, is just not sold by Amy whatsoever. Picks up on, obviously, you're in a room, in a yurt, for crying out loud, whatever, in a yurt occasionally with my man, and then she hits her with the whole United thing.
That I didn't catch that at first, and then she was like, she's like, I fly United, or she's like, I fly Southwest, and I was like, sure, like whatever. And then she was like, United, the company. I was like, the agency. Like, I didn't get it at first either, and then I was like, oh my God, that's so stupid.
Yeah. But what's so funny is the actors or the actresses do such a good job at. First of all, I love Love's facial expressions. She's a bomb actress anyway, but she always it's almost like I read her very well.
Yeah.
Like she gives it off so well that she's just not trusting you, and she'll like look dead in your eye, like so authentic. Hashtag the family phrase, hashtag transparency and realness.
Oh, that's right.
But instantly like picks up on Amy like, I caught her in a lie. This stuff just ain't sitting well with me. Playing out tarot cards like, no, I got to figure this out. It's just not happening. Like, it's not happening. What did you kind of feel like, where'd you think that was going to go? The fact that Candace, or I keep calling her Candace, love was on Amy. Like, did you anticipate anything like that? She would figure anything out?
I don't know if she would necessarily figure anything out, but I did expect her to not be on board with Amy right away, because I mean, even in the episode prior, like Amy like comes out of nowhere. It's just like, oh, I met this girl, and now she's gonna come to our family rekindling ceremony or whatever their vows, their vow renewal.
Their vow renewal.
And it makes sense, and I feel like there's little snippets throughout the episode where like, so many names. Where Love tries to at least be nice with Amy, and Amy just like doesn't give it to her.
Yeah, and she's a horrible liar.
Amy she's not good at it. She should have stayed out of it.
Yeah, not good whatsoever. A little snippet that we can kind of mention too was we found out that they are ruling Hendy's case as a suicide. And then kind of staying on Hendy was Delilah finds out that Ellie may have been or was there the night that Hendy was killed. And she covered for Ellie, which I guess big sister terrified. You know, the cops don't want to take her little sister. Obviously, she doesn't want that. But Ellie obviously finds the pictures. I was surprised that Ellie didn't believe Delilah just a little bit. But I also feel like Ellie's gonna be in denial. Like she was still a little bit in denial, and that kind of added to my Ellie is going to kind of play another Paco and help Joe in his diabolical scheme of somebody getting rid of somebody. Any takeaways there? I mean, it was very small, very minimal that Ellie found the pictures, but did you expect them to do anything, lead anywhere? Like they cut them up and keep it moving. Like
I was shocked that they did cut them up. Like I kind of get why they did it, but at the same time it's like she had been working so hard at getting this story out against Henderson.
Yeah.
And just because like her sister found it, I feel like Ellie manipulated Delilah in the situation. Like when she found her at the movie theater and like just I can't remember the exact thing she said, but just the way she talked to her sister about it, she was like, said, I wouldn't think differently of you no matter what. Yeah. And it just it's almost like Ellie is I feel like Ellie's like defending Henderson even in his death and even in his clearly his awfulness.
Like something can't be trusted with Ellie? Like, would you say it's leading you to not trust her fully, or that she's hiding something? Or?
Maybe, that there's got to be a little something there, because for it's just, I just thought it was such a weird, it just didn't sit right with me. I was like, why? Like, I get it, but just why?
I think for me, I know, right? I think for me, it's because we're led to believe that the pictures are such a huge deal. Yeah. Like, I mean, like, Joe steals them, they're evidence. It's like, this is the thing. And Ellie, her little spin on it was, well, when you Google the girls, you don't want that to be the only one.
That's right.
I mean, realistically, if I was Googled and then that's the only thing or the main thing that pops up, I mean, it's a little, when you're up for jobs and things like that, it's like, even though that thing happened, it's not your fault. It's like, oh, what's this? We don't want the drama. Unfortunately, people do that. Companies do that.
Oh, yeah.
But, so I get it. But same. Something just didn't feel right. And flushing them down the commode. Listen to the Tennessee in me. Oh my gosh. The toilets. Flushing them down the toilet is, first of all, it's horrible for the environment.
Right.
But I was a little surprised that they destroyed them so easily. So
yeah, I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand the situation or why they were going about it the way they did. Yeah. Maybe there's not much to it. Maybe it's just because the pictures were useless because they weren't found at Henderson's house, Yeah. But I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
And it's almost kind of like, Hindy's gone, moving on. Maybe that was the way that the writers were just like, okay, enough of Hindy. He's like, there's no reason. Like, there's nothing here anymore. Okay, well, we have our special segment to kick off. I guess anything else that picked up from this episode? I mean, it was pretty... The heavy hitter was mainly that we see Amy and Joe together. Or... yeah. If I'm going to use Amy, I have to use Will. So I'm going to say Candice and Joe together for the first time. And we see that she's ultimately, they end the episode with saying Amy's pretty much, I'm here until you mess up. And I'm going to wait on you. And that's pretty much where we are. So...
there is one thing that it's not really like about the plot or predictions or anything. There's something that like I noticed in the first season that happened a lot that I haven't been seeing so much until this episode is that a lot of the times in the scenes like it'll be very blurry, like around the screen. I don't know if that's something you picked up on.
Interesting.
But I feel like it
like
has
the people in the background a little bit.
Yeah, it'll almost be like your vision is blurry, like you're intoxicated in like around, and it's a very weird like cinematic thing. And I feel like it has something to do with like in like these moments is when Joe is becoming unhinged. And it's something that I hadn't seen in the first like few episodes, and in this one it came up a lot. And I feel like I think Candace is triggering that. Maybe I'm not on the nose, but I think there's something there when you're watching. There's like this weird blurriness around the screen on certain scenes, and it trips me out because I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why is it so blurry all of a sudden? It's like I feel like I'm drunk watching it because I'm just like,
that's interesting. No, I mean I like that. I feel like we like traded places for a second. I'm supposed to be the observant one, and I'm like, dang, that's spot on. No, that's interesting. I think you hit it on the nail. I mean, it's maybe little things that the crew and the talent, like the creative rather, use to get us to feel like, okay, this is throwing Joe completely off of his track. I mean, Candace is his trigger. So I think you're 100% right. I mean, I think
there's something about it that I can't put my finger on yet, but I've seen it a lot. And I'm just like, why is this happening and what does it mean? I think there's some sort of reason they're doing it.
I like it a lot. Well, we will get to our real stalker story.
Yes.
Special segment. I love it. There's a couple that I wanted to read, so I'm just gonna keep them. I'm gonna pick this one that I thought was kind of interesting. This was called "I Thought This Was Only an Urban Legend." So pretty much this is a lady that says, I was driving home from work at 2 a.m. I'm a nurse. I live in a small city. The roads were totally deserted and it was freezing night. I don't live far from work, maybe a couple of miles. And I was driving down a residential street around the corner and I see a man laying face down in the street. Hello. Now remember, I'm a nurse. So instantly she thought, oh my God, let me help him. So she called 911. She was like, look, I'm a 100-pound woman. I don't carry any weapons. So I thought I should do something to help the guy. So I called 911 as I drove past him and then slowed down to a stop at the end of the block. While I was stopped at the light, I explained to the dispatcher that there was a man laying in the road. And then all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. The driver's side, I screamed, look over. There was a man pounding on my window and juggling the handle of the car. I looked in the rear view. No man laying in the street anymore.
Oh my God.
So still on the phone with 911, I screamed, I'm so scared. And the dispatcher was floored. She even ran the red light to get away. All in all, the cops came, checked it out. She calmed down after a few minutes and she got home. She never saw the man anywhere else. A little weird. So I've never heard of this urban legend, first of all.
Yeah, right.
Glad I know now. So if you're seeing a dead or something laying in the street, call 911, keep it pushing.
Right.
But yeah, and always lock your doors because you never know if someone's just going to randomly come up to your window and try to get it open or your door. So yeah, little real life stalker story there.
Yeah, that's a creepy one.
Yeah, you know.
Especially when you're trying to like do good by someone and then it
makes you think,
you in the butt. Dang
it, it's like Joe struggling to be good. Like, damn it, every time I'm trying to be good, that shit like this happens. But anyway, let's get into news gossip. We're good.
Predictions, yeah.
Or some, we'll do predictions. Why not? Fan shout outs we will start doing kind of on a weekly basis. Wasn't much love this go around, so definitely take time. Like I said, don't be shy. Drop us a comment. We love to give you a shout out. This show is literally all about guessing and predictions and trying to figure out what's going on and what do you think about this character and that character. So yeah, drop us a comment. We love to include you in one of our shout outs and get it talking. But with that being said, I'm sure we have predictions. If you have predictions in the live chat, drop them because we're leading on into our prediction segment. Let's see. Did you have a couple of predictions from episode 5? Possibly.
Yes, I'm into 6 and 7, and now I have my my timelines mixed up. How did we end?
I would say, really, 5 was all about the Wellkend. So for me, I already kind of gave one of mine earlier for today, but it was mainly like Joe's gonna wreak havoc on somebody's parents, but obviously I don't think that's really gonna happen. I think we talked a little bit about our predictions, I guess, about the show. Unless you have anything else that really stuck out to you, because 6 and 7, we'll talk about that soon. Obviously had a lot more predictions that I feel like we can talk about. But anything left off on this episode?
No, I guess for this one, I was just waiting to see what Candace was gonna do and how she was gonna take care of business. Because like we said, she was like caught in her lie, so she's not.
Bit.
And I guess that's going back to that. It's like I feel like with Candace or Amy, it's that she when we at the very beginning of the season when we left her in New York, she's like, oh, I don't have to do it myself. Like I'm gonna not even be around and I'm gonna ruin your life. But then she showed up, and I was kind of waiting to see things fall apart before she got there. So now that she's there, I'm waiting to see things fall apart.
Do you think
they're playing it very cool right now?
You think she has the guts to say anything to Love, or that Love will like find out on her own? Because this is TV. Eventually, that has to come out some kind of way. At
some point, right?
Who do you think, or what kind of avenue do you think it'll come out to?
It's got to be, I feel like there's going to be a slip up. Like, I feel like she's going to, like, slip up with 40 or something, or say something to the family and be like, and they're going to be like, excuse me, what?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, something isn't good with her. Like we said, she's not a good liar. So I think, I don't know.
All right. Well, all right. 5, 6, and 7, obviously a little bit more predictions. I do have a little bit of news and gossip before we head out and end this show. Which I thought it was kind of exciting because I think a lot of people are jumping ship on this. But the You creator says that this show could run for, quote, several more seasons.
What?
So this is via AfterBuzz, but I thought that it was really interesting because he says, quote, I will say that we have a lot of stories still to tell. So You season 2 only has been with us for a mere like 2 weeks or so around Christmas. But we're still talking about it, obviously. Details about the not yet confirmed, but probably will be confirmed soon, season 3 has been trickling in like very slowly. Obviously, a lot of people have been talking about it. And Penn has already dropped the like big old hint of a 3rd season, which is pretty interesting. Before catching himself. So yeah, season 3, I know we're only at like episode 5, but like we're talking about it already. So
right? I'm like, where could we go?
Yeah. Again, a confession of watching the entire show, and there's like whether or not there's cliffhangers and all of that good stuff. This is kind of something that they take on, that they could maybe take on for seasons. But do you think that it'll stick? Joe will eventually get old, for crying out loud. So I'm interested to see if they twist it up, maybe. Another version of a Joe, like maybe another character or something that kind of maybe Paco like grows up and like comes back or something silly.
That is not impossible.
You never know, but Yeah, so thanks to the creators for dropping a little
Yeah.
tease there of a possible season 3. We do have a couple episodes left to talk about, so I'm super excited. Obviously, to continue the conversation, you can drop comments in the live chat when we're on the show. You can drop comments on the videos after the fact, and you can rate, comment, all that good stuff, 5 stars. Tell us what you want to talk about. Tell us how you feel on iTunes and all of that good stuff. So we're everywhere. But to continue the conversation with you, Cody, why don't you tell them where to find you and all of that good stuff?
Oh, yeah. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cody Epp. You can find me there.
Yeah. You can find me, Takira Shabrae, on Instagram and Twitter at Takira_Shabrae. And obviously in the comments. But we're here every week. We sometimes binge episodes and then binge after shows and after parties. So, hey, join us. Why not? But until then, see you guys next time on the next after show.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.